Oh buddy, Andy here again, down on the beach again. Lovely sunny day, sunless sunny day. Now you might be wondering why I've gathered you all here today. I've got some news. I mean, I've been on YouTube for very nearly 4 years now, and I've had some sort of strange things happen to me over the years, especially this year, but maybe that's a topic for another video. But last Friday was my last day at work. I have effectively been made redundant recently. I'm now in a position where I'm sort of redundant, unemployed, semi-retired, or whatever you want to call it. Now I've never really spoken much about what I do work-wise, or what I used to do work-wise, and I don't really intend to change that now. I'm not going to go into any sort of details, but it's one of those sort of life-changing experiences. You know, like today, the Monday after the final week at work, it's that my life starts again now, if you know. This is the first day of the rest of your life type of thing. And it's a momentous occasion because I've mentioned before when I have talked about work in a roundabout way, is that I've been at work this week, actually, the 22nd of July, will be 36 years since I actually started work, and effectively in the same sort of job, in the same industry or whatever. And that's a long time. I more or less left school on the Friday afternoon and started work the following Monday, so I haven't had any sort of break of any type for that length of time, for very, very nearly 36 years. Now I realise that is quite an amazing achievement if you think about it. I know so many people, as I'm sure you do as well, who have not been in that lucky position. I've worked continuously, I've been in employment, paid employment, whatever, for very, very nearly 36 years, and now I suppose in some ways I'm reaping the rewards of that. But you do get into that mindset where you think, oh well, I'm safe, you know, you're in an industry that you think's fairly safe, there's all this stuff going on, and then something like this comes along, and then it's a case of what do you do with it? As I said, I'm in a fairly lucky position in the fact that I've worked for those 36 years, and that's left me in a better position than some people are, because I'm over 50. That enables me to do things that I might not have been able to do 5 years previous. If this had happened sort of 5 years ago, it would have been a lot worse. Now, as you can imagine, that was a bit of a shell shock, because although I knew there were things going on at work, I wasn't prepared for that particular outcome. I wasn't alone by any means, but it's still a big shock. And one of the worst things was actually telling other people, telling your wife, telling your mother, or something like that. I've expressed this. I've actually told a few people online, because it's, as you can imagine, it's quite a sort of a stressful time, quite a weird time, and you start to think about lots of things, and it sort of starts to permeate into your videos, it starts to permeate into your Facebook updates, Twitter updates, or something like that. And there's been some of those sort of cryptic things that I've just put up there because I just feel like I need to say something, but without wishing to actually commit to anything finally, because I wanted to wait until I was away from work, until work had finished, that type of thing, you know, draw a line under that and start again. And that's the whole point. So for me, yes, it's a big shock, it's a big shame and everything, but it's only when you talk to other people, and I've been amazed by the attitude of other people, whether it be my wife, my mother, the kids, friends of mine, etc. And maybe it's because I try and always to put a positive spin on things, whether, as I said to other people, whether I'm being positive because in some ways I need to be positive, I need to think, right, this could be an opportunity, Andy, you need to think of it like that. But I genuinely do think that way. I feel happy about this now that I'm in this position. It's a weird position, it's a strange position. I probably called this video Strange Days Indeed, because that's exactly Most Peculiar Mama, for anyone who knows the John Lennon song. And it is a strange thing for all those reasons that I said, because I've been in employment for that long. It's a shock to the system, you know, a body blow, whatever you want to call it. As I said, I'm lucky, so I can move on. I'm now in a position where I can maybe explore and do things that I wasn't able to do, really, give my time. Yes, I spent a lot of time online, but that was my sort of leisure time. Now I've got more time to myself. Yes, I'm looking for other work, etc. as well, so if you've got any, let me know. But I haven't got to worry about that quite so much. I don't have to be in a position where I was in a pretty good job that earned pretty good money. I don't have to do that now because of the way that things have worked out. And that's probably a position that a lot of other people would actually think, that's good. Yeah, wow, I'd like to be in that position. And that's what I thought. Yes, you could go down all the negative roads of things that I will talk about in other videos. I've written things down, things that I want to discuss about this, because I realise I'm not alone. This is going on and happening to lots of other people. So if I can help any other people, maybe, you know, get their mind set in the right way as well. Also well and good, and maybe we can get together. You know, it's one of those things that I've been thinking about is, you know, there must be other people like this, there must be loads of people out there like this, and hopefully they've got the support and the backup of their friends online who I've spoken to and have been very supportive, but also family and friends who've been supportive. One of my friends who I spoke to recently was out having a beer at a music event, and I told him, and at first he's, oh wow, God, dear, bloody hell, Andy, you know, and then he sort of think, well no, he said, congratulations mate, because it can be used in that way. I have lots of interests. I'm lucky in that respect that I do get out there. I've got this, I've got, you know, other things. I started writing a lot of blog posts and things like that. I'm always interested in sort of writing type of things as well. Photography I do, obviously all the radio stuff that I do, okay, that's intermittent. But there's other things that I can do, and as I said before, maybe that's now a case that I can actually explore that a bit more and be a bit more freer, be a bit more open about this type of thing as well, because in the past there's always that danger, you know, those things that go on Facebook and all those things that your boss finds out and you can get in trouble for. I haven't got to worry about that in quite so much of a way. I might be able to use this actually as an advantage, because there wasn't really anybody at work in my previous work that knew what I did here. Now I don't have that holding me back, if you want. If I want to promote myself in a way or be a bit more open about certain things, you know, within reason. As I said, I'm not going to discuss what went on before with the employment side of things for various reasons, but I can talk about these things maybe in a more general way and be a bit more open in the future. So life is now an open book. It's like starting all over again. I'm only 52, that might seem pretty old to a lot of you people out there, especially my younger viewers as well, but it's not the end of the world. I've still got my health. Here I am sitting on the beach with the tide out there. It's a beautiful sunny day, and all those other people are sitting at work, and I'm thinking, this is pretty good, I quite like this. Yes, it's not going to last. Yes, I realise that I need to get up and do things like this, but this, once again, this is quite a good avenue for me, because I have got an outlet for all those things that are bottled up inside all those other people that are going through this redundancy, unemployment, or even family issues or whatever. They haven't really got an outlet, they're sort of bottling it up. This actually gives me, and it gives you, an outlet for that. As I've often said, you know, this is a bit of a psychiatrist couch, where you're actually putting those thoughts out there, partly for yourself, partly to get them out of your system, but you're sharing them with other people, you know, a problem shared is a problem halved and all that type of thing. And that's very, very true, especially when you get the feedback that you do and you can actually help other people who might see this video or others that I've done or other people do and think, yeah, actually that's not a bad way of looking at it. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to try. So if you're in a position like that, just make the videos for yourself. I've said this so many times. Blog about things, whatever it might be. Give it a go. It's an avenue, it's an outlet, and I do think that can only be a good thing. So there you go. Lots of things. I think that's a train now. You hear it? Can't see it, but you can hear it. So there you go, that's where I am. As I said, I'm sure there'll be plenty of videos, lots of different ways of looking at this. As I said, the over 50 angle, the fact that I'm now out of work and what that's going to bring. But as I said, to me, it's an opportunity. Life is now an open book. It's up to me to go out and maybe do something with. I can be a bit more choosy. I don't have to worry about quite so much about what I do, which is a good position to be in. Maybe nothing exciting will come out of it, but at least I've got that opportunity where I haven't before, you know. So if you don't try, as I say with anything, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. You can use that analogy just about everywhere. It's better to have tried something than never to have tried it. So who knows where the future might bring. I personally think it could be quite exciting, and even if it isn't, at least I'm going to have a good time trying it anyway. So there you go, lots more to come, maybe more vlogs, more blogs, blah blah blah. I'll put a link to the blog below here because as I said, I'm doing quite a bit of that as well. So there you go, so I'll leave it there, and I shall speak to you again soon. Thanks very much, I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.